Tonight, Ozfest preparations. How SUNY Oswego is getting ready for the end of the semester event, now just 1 week away.
And viral outbreaks. College campuses across the nation are facing a contagious disease.
Plus, budget woes. The fallout if Oswego City School District taxpayers don't pass this year's budget. The loss of sports programs in the Oswego City School District has drawn public scorn, but if the budget is not passed, even more of the school's teams could get the axe. Good afternoon, I'm Amin Smith.
And I'm Erin Bischoff. The public will soon get its vote on the district's budget, and if it fails, a bare-bones contingency budget could be put in place. Garrett Dombluski tells us what families in the school district can expect if the budget is voted down.
More than 50 faculty members are being laid off by the Oswego City School District. Cuts that Superintendent Dean Gawai says must end.
We cannot continue to cut instructional staff because class sizes will become, unmanageable.
It isn't just teachers being cut either. The board's proposed budget cuts the custodial and secretary staffs in half. And Gawai says if the public does not approve the budget, a contingency budget could come next. That means nearly $750,000 in additional cuts.
We don't want to go to contingency. I think it would be very challenging to reduce this budget by another $704,000.
One possibility discussed by the school board is the potential closure and sale of one of the district's 5 elementary schools. Now, which one that might be has yet to be determined.
Besides that, there isn't much left.
We've already cut almost all clubs. So the only thing really left is music, athletics, all-day kindergarten.
To offset the cuts, the board is looking into renegotiating union contracts and is seeking additional funds from the state. The public will decide the budget's fate when they vote on May 17th. In Oswego, Garrett Dombluski, Oswego Now.
Even though the budget vote isn't for almost another 3 weeks, the unpopular cuts may have already cost someone her elected position. James J. Walters is at Oswego High School with how the cuts may be to blame for one school board member's failure to get on the ballot this May.
Thanks, guys. It was announced last night that School Board President Kathleen Hayes would not be allowed to seek re-election in May. The problem arose after the petition needed to get on the ballot did not receive enough signatures. Hayes believes the unpopular school budget, which threatens to cut 50 full-time positions and 7 athletics programs, is to blame. In a statement, she said, "It is my understanding a couple candidates are being backed and belong to a group telling people to vote the budget down and raise taxes in hopes the board would come back with a budget that doubles the tax increase to put the few sports that were cut back in." For the full statement and continued coverage of the Oswego school budget, you can go to oswegonow.org. Reporting now from the Oswego High School, James J. Walters, Oswego Now. Back to you.
Thank you, James. This Monday, the Oswego Common Council approved Mayor Billy Barlow's proposed 5-year capital expenditure plan for improvement projects in the infrastructure and properties, including Oswego City Hall, the Marina, and Ponzi Recreation Building. Barlow said he appreciated the council's support. The largest portion of the plan is going towards a $2.5 million roof, chambers, and stairwell repairs at City Hall. Over the course of the 5-year plan, almost $1.2 million could be spent on projects to improve animal control, streets, and a GPS-like mapping system for the city's waterways.
Well, it seems like it's been unseasonably cold this week.
Yeah, Christina Reese, will we need our jackets over the weekend?
That's right, Amin and Aaron. Chilly temperatures have been the story throughout the week, and that's the story again for today. Look at this. Only a high of 54 degrees is what we reached, well below our average of 63, and definitely not pushing that record of 92 set back in 1990. We aren't the only ones feeling the chill, though. Look at these temperatures across the Northeast. 47 for Williamsport and 48 for Harrisburg. But luckily for us up here in Central New York, the trend is in the 50s. We're also combating some rain with these chillier temperatures. Some unsettled weather is working its way into Central New York right now. Syracuse and the southern tier are seeing some light to spotty showers, and we might see some of those as well later on right here in Oswego County. Now, what can we expect? Chance of showers will continue to taper off throughout the day, but a sunny Saturday is in store. However, the rain returns late on Sunday, but I'll time that out for you in my extended forecast coming up. I'm going to throw it right back to Amin and Aaron for now.
It's a virus we don't hear about much these days. We're talking about mumps, and several college campuses across the country have been battling outbreaks this year. most recently at Harvard, where there has been 41 confirmed cases, and at Sacred Heart University in Connecticut with 8 confirmed cases and 9 others suspected. Why are these outbreaks happening at college campuses? I spoke with the Director of Student Health Services here at SUNY Oswego for some answers. Director of Student Health Services Angie Brown says mumps spreads on college campuses for a number of reasons.
Anytime you live in close quarters, you're more apt to spread things than you would be out in the community. So we'd have a higher rate here at a college than you would be maybe out in the community.
If a SUNY Oswego student comes down with mumps, they will be quarantined so that it does not spread to anyone else on campus. Mumps is spread through saliva or mucus from the nose, throat, or mouth. If you were sitting in a classroom together, there is a possibility of the virus spreading. Brown says symptoms include your typical body aches, fever, and loss of appetite.
With mumps, though, you get the swelling of your saliva glands, so you get almost like a big swelling here on the cheek, and that's one of the telltale symptoms of that.
Public health law requires students who live on campus or take more than 6 credit hours to show proof of vaccination. However, some people can opt out due to religious or medical reasons. If there were to be an outbreak here at SUNY Oswego, students who have not been immunized would be quarantined.
It's something we work very hard on each semester to making sure that everyone does have proof of immunization that is here or a rationale of why they cannot have that.
The vaccination is supposed to protect you from the virus. However, according to the Boston Globe, at Harvard University, all 41 cases had been immunized. Health officials say the vaccination could be wearing off by the time students get to college.
The city of Oswego is about to get better cell phone coverage after hearing complaints from residents in the city. A plan was previously presented to the City Council by a Verizon representative to add 12 8-foot antennas on top of the gardens and assisted living facility. Even though the motion to install them passed, Councilman John Gosek of the 5th Ward dissented after listening to concerns from his constituents about potential health concerns.
Even though it meets federal regulations under the FCC, I wasn't entirely convinced that they're safe. And if my constituents are concerned and there's the slightest risk of a public health problem, I couldn't see voting in favor of it.
Officials say the entire city should have more reliable signals and faster 4G LTE speeds in the future. There is no set timetable for installing the antennas.
Tickets are on sale for Ozfest. The end of semester concert is just 1 week from today. But just how many tickets have been sold has been called into question. Our Ian Dembling is trying to get numbers from the Student Association. Ian?
Aaron, I'm here at the box office here in the Marano Campus Center Arena. From here in the Marano Campus Center, Ian Dembling, Oswego Now.
Thanks, Ian. This week marks the 28th annual Severe Hazards Awareness Week in New York State.
Coming up, I'll talk with the Public Relations Director for SUNY Oswego's Meteorology Club about how Oswego County can prepare for severe weather conditions.
Well, hopefully no severe weather in the forecast for us anytime soon.
Definitely not. Let's take a look at tonight's forecast with Oswego Now meteorologist Christina Reese. Christina?
We can't rule out the chance of a stray shower this evening, but we will start to dry out nicely. The temperatures will dip down as well, but what's the rest of your weekend shaping up to look like? I'll have more in my extended forecast coming up after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching Oswego Now.